Hello guys, again welcome to our channel, and of course this is Teacher Bong Fontanilla saying smile is a curved line that sets everything straight. So for this presentation guys, we will be talking about solving or obtaining for the equation of the line. But before we go on solving or obtaining for the equation of the line, let us familiarize ourselves first with the different forms of your equation of the line. Here there are three important forms, our first three forms, but we can also have other forms of the equation of the line. So first we have the slope-intercept form. So when we speak of the slope-intercept form, it is equal to your y is equal to mx plus b. So for this form, our m is equal to the slope, and of course our b is equal to the y-intercept. So when we speak of y-intercept, it is the value of the y-coordinate where the line passes or crosses the y-axis. Then number two, the standard form. So the standard form is simply equal to ax plus by equals c. So our a, b, and c are of course real numbers. But of course here your a and b should not be both equal to 0. Then the general form, that is equal to ax plus by plus c equals 0. So if we are going to compare the standard form and the general form, for the general form, our constant term is located at the right side of the equation, while in the general form, all terms are found or placed at the left side of the equation. Then it is equated by 0. Then the point slope form. So the point slope form is equal to, or it is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Then we have also the intercepts form or the intercept form. So here you are given x over a plus y over b equals 1. So this form can also be simplified as bx plus ay equals ab. Our a and b here are the intercepts. A is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. How did we obtain this? Bx plus ay equals ab. So here we will simply simplify this one, that is multiplying the LCD. So the LCD here is the product of a and b. So multiplying ab to all the terms of this equation. So ab times x over a, cancel yung a natin, makukuha is bx plus, then ab times y over b, cancel yung b, ang matitira ay ay equals, then there equals, then AB times 1, there we get AB. So that's why it is now simplified as BX plus AY equals AB. Actually, there are still other forms. We have also the 2-point form. Kaya lang, babagsak din siya dito sa may point slope form. Because if you are given 2 points, then you can readily determine the slope. So instead of making use of the 2-point form of the line, we will simply make use of the point-slope form of the line. So these different forms are considered if we are to obtain or solving for the equation of the line. Okay, so let us try to, okay guys, so of course we are on the topic solving for the equation of the line. So if we are to solve for the equation of the line or if we are to obtain for the equation of the line, there must be given there. So there are actually four considerations wherein we can solve for the equation of the line. So let us try to discuss this first. So it says the equation of the line can be obtained or solved given. So first there is given the slope and y-intercept. So if the slope is given and the y-intercept is given, then we can solve for the equation of the line. So let us try to consider this one. You have there, solve for the general form of the line. So look, we are going to solve or obtain the general form of the line. So if we are to remember, the general form of the line is simply equal to ax plus by plus c equals 0. So that is the general form of the equation of the line. So let us try to consider example number 1. Slope is equal to 4 and y-intercept is equal to negative 2. So here we should know that B is the y-intercept, or B is the symbol or sign for y-intercept. So how shall we obtain the equation of the line given the slope and the y-intercept? And we are going to write our answer in the general form. So if we may recall, meron tayong different forms of the equation of the line. And one form is your slope-intercept form. And the slope-intercept form is simply equal to y is equal to mx plus b. So from this slope-intercept form, we will simply substitute the value for m and the value for b. So m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. From the given, m is equal to 4. So our m here will become 4. And b or y-intercept is equal to negative 2. So our b here will become negative 2. So substituting, we have y is equal to, our m is 4. So we will write now 4 instead of m. Then we have x. Then our b is negative 2. So we have plus negative 2. Simplifying, we have y is equal to 4x minus 2. Then it says in the direction, we are going to write it, or the answer should be in the general form. And the general form of the equation of the line is equal to ax plus by plus c equals 0. So we will simply transpose all the terms on the left side. So we have negative 4x, then we have plus y, then transposing, that becomes now positive 2 equals 0. Take note that if we are talking about equation of the line, the first term should always be in positive sign, or the leading term should always be in positive sign. So since the sign is negative, we will simply multiply negative to all the terms. So multiplying negative, so we have negative times negative 4x, we have 4x, negative times positive y, negative y, then negative times positive 2, we have negative 2, which is now equal to 0. So the final answer is 4x minus y minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so let us try to continue. For example number 2, you are given slope is equal to 1/2, then b is equal to 3, or the y-intercept is equal to 3. So again, the slope-intercept form, we have y is equal to mx plus b. So substituting the value of m, which is 1/2, so we have 1/2 x, then our b is 3, or positive 3. Okay, so here we should always remember that we are going to write or express our equation of the line in terms of integral factors or integral coefficients. So look, itong 1/2, it's not an integer. So therefore, all we need to do is we will simply multiply all the terms of the equation by the LCD. So this is over 1, this is over 1. So we have 1 and 2. The LCD of 1/2, 1 over 1, and 3 over 1, that is simply 2. So multiplying 2 to all the terms, so we get 2 times y, we have 2y. Then 2 times 1x over 2, cancel natin yung 2, cancel natin yung 2, ang matitira ay x. Then we have 2 times positive 3, we get positive 6. Then again, transposing all the terms on the left side, or writing our answer in general form, so that is equal to negative x plus 2y, then minus 6 equals 0. Since negative ang leading term, we are going to multiply negative to all the terms. So negative times negative, positive, negative times positive, negative, then negative times negative, positive 6, then 0. So the final answer is x minus 2y plus 6 equals 0. So that's how we solve or obtain the equation of the line given the slope and the y-intercept. So if we are to obtain or solve for the equation of the line given the slope and the y-intercept, the very first thing for us to remember is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Because from the slope-intercept form, we can solve for the equation of the line. Okay? So I just hope that you did follow. Okay guys, let us try to continue. So this time, we will consider also fractions. I know so well that many learners are afraid of solving or considering fractions. in some mathematical problems because they find difficulty in dealing with fractions. But you know, if you really mastered your fractions or how to operate fractions, then I think there's no problem if you are given a situation like this. Okay, so still on solving for the equation of the line, given the slope and y-intercept. So you have there the direction, solve for the standard form of the line. So we are going to solve or obtain the standard form of the line. Given that m is equal to negative 2 over 3 and b is equal to 3 over 4 or 3/4. So look, standard form. So again, we have to recall what is the standard form of the equation of the line. So the standard form of the equation of the line is equal to, we have ax plus by equals c. So that is the standard form. That is ax plus by equals c. So our constant term is located on the right side of the equation, while our ax and by are located on the left side of the equation. So again, since the slope and the intercept are given, or the y-intercept are given, then we are going to make use of the equation of the line or form of the equation of the line, that is the slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So since m is already there, that is negative 2 over 3, and we have also the value for b, which is 3/4. So all we need to do is we simply substitute the values of m and b. So we have y is equal to negative 2, then we have x over 3 plus b, so plus 3/4 plus 3/4. Okay. So that we can consider integral coefficients, we are going to multiply the LCD to all the terms of the equation. So what are your denominators? This is 1, this is your denominator here is 3, and your denominator here is 4. So considering your denominators 1, 3, 4, what is the LCD there? The LCD is simply the product of 3 and 4, which is 12. So multiplying 12 to all the terms in our equation, so we have 12 times y, we have 12y equals 12 times negative 2x over 3. Mag-divide na lang muna tayo. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times negative 2x, we get negative 8x. Then 12 divided by 4, we have 3. 3 times 3, we get 9. So we have positive 9. Transposing our negative 8x to the right side and left side, so our equation will become now 8x, then we have your positive 12y equals 9. So the final answer is now equal to 8x plus 12y equals 9. Okay guys, again welcome to our channel, and of course this is still Teacher Bong Fontanilla saying smile is curved line that sets everything straight. Of course we are still on the topic solving for the equation of the line, and if you are to solve or obtain for the equation of the line, so there must be given there. So this time we are going to solve for the equation of the line given the slope and a point on the line. So slope and a point on the line. So you have there the direction. Find the equation of the line in standard form. So standard form. So if we may recall, the standard form of the equation of the line is simply equal to ax plus by equals c. So that is the standard form. So that's the form that we must obtain in this particular problem. Okay. Find the equation of the line in standard form. Number 1. M is equal to 3 passing through 1, 4 or 0.14. So we have there the slope which is 3 and a point that is 1, 4. So how shall we obtain or solve for the equation of the line given the slope and a point? Again, if we are to recall, there are several forms of the equation of the line. And one form of the equation of the line is the slope point form or point slope form. So what is the point slope form? That is equal to y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. So this is the point slope form. So we have there a point and a slope. So how shall we obtain now the equation of the line in standard form? First, we are going to substitute the given values based from the given. Of course, our m is 3, so this m will become 3. And from this point, 1, 4, our 1 will become our x sub 1, and your 4 will become your y sub 1. Meaning to say, this x sub 1 will become 1, or the value of x sub 1 is 1, and the value of this y sub 1 will become 4. And of course, the value of m here will become 3. So substituting the values, we have y minus y sub 1. What is y sub 1? 4. So we have y minus 4 equals, what is m? M is equal to 3. So we have 3 times x minus x sub 1. What is x sub 1? 1. So we have minus 1. So simplifying, we have y minus 4 equals, multiply it, 3 times x, we have 3x, then 3 times negative 1, we have negative 3. Then we have to express it in terms of this. Ax plus by equals c. So transposing this 3x to the left side, we have negative 3x. Then we have positive y equals, ang natira dito ay negative 3. I-transpose yung negative 4, magiging plus 4. Then, we have negative 3x plus y. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. Again, our leading term is in negative sign, so that must be positive. So all we have to do is we will simply multiply all the terms by the negative sign. So we have negative times negative 3x, we have 3x. Negative times positive y, negative y, equals negative times 1 is negative 1. So the final answer is simply equal to 3x minus y equals negative 1. So that's now the equation of the line in standard form having the slope of 3 passing through the point 1, 4. Okay? So let us try to continue. For number 2, you are given slope is negative 2 and passing through the point 2, negative 3. Again, we are going to make use of the point slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Again, what is this? What is the value for m? For number 2, m is negative 2. What is the value for x sub 1? X sub 1, ito ngayon ang x sub 1 natin, 2. Then, this negative 3 will be our y sub 1. So, substituting, we have y. What is our y sub 1? Negative 3. So, negative times negative 3, that gives you positive 3 equals m. What is our m? Negative 2. So we have negative 2. Then x. What is our x sub 1? X sub 1 is 2. So minus 2. So we have minus 2 or negative 2. Simplifying, we have y plus 3 equals negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Then negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Then transposing your negative 2x to the left side, it will become 2x. Then your positive y equals, ang natira ngayon dito ay 4. Transposing your positive 3, we have negative 3. So simplifying, we have 2x plus y equals 4 minus 3 is simply equal to 1. Therefore, the final answer is 2x plus y equals 1. Okay? So, I hope you can still follow. Okay guys, of course, we are going to continue. Still, we are on solving for the equation of the line given a slope and a point on the line. So here we have to consider the direction. Find the equation of the line in general form. So general form. So again, if we may recall, the general form of the equation of the line is simply equal to ax plus by plus c equals 0. So that is the general form. So for number 3, you're given m is equal to negative 2 over 3 passing through the point 3, 3. Or solve for the equation of the line in general form having a slope of negative 2 over 3 passing through 3, 3. So since we are to solve for the equation of the line given the slope and a point, we are going to make use of the point slope form of your line. And the point slope form is equal to, or simply, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So of course, our m will be negative 2 over 3, and the value of x sub 1 is 3, and the value of our y sub 1 is also 3. So substituting these three values, we have y is equal to, our y sub 1 is 3, y minus our y sub 1 is 3, so we have 3 equals, our n is negative 2 over 3, so we have negative 2 over 3 times the quantity x minus x sub 1, our x sub 1 is also 3. Okay. Para mas madali tayo, mag-cross multiply na lang tayo. So these 3 will be multiplied to all the terms here. Para minsanan yung transposition natin mamaya. So we have 3 times y, we get 3y. Then 3 times negative 3, we get negative 9. Okay. Then multiply your negative 2 to each of your x and negative 3. So we have negative 2, there, multiply. Yan. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 3, positive 6. So transposing all the terms here, since we are going to express our answer in general form, that is ax plus by plus c equals 0. Or all the terms are placed in the left side of the equation. So we have 2x, then positive 3y, then our negative 9, then our positive 6 transposing becomes negative 6 equals 0. So simplifying further, we have 2x plus 3y. Negative 9 minus 6, that gives us negative 15 equals 0. There. So the answer is 2x plus 3y minus 15 equals 0. So the equation of the line in general form with a slope of negative 2 over 3 passing through the point 3, 3 is 2x plus 3y minus 15 equals 0. So that's now the final answer. Again guys, welcome to our channel, and of course this is still Teacher Bong Fontanilla saying, smile is a curved line that sets everything straight. By the way, before we continue, yung mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe dyan, pag-subscribe lang, i-like at i-share na rin ang ating channel. And of course, pindutin o i-click yung notification bell natin for automatic update of new uploads or videos in our channel. Okay, so again, still on the topic, solving for the equation of the line. So if you are to solve for the equation of the line, there must be given. And it says the equation of the line can be obtained given. So here we are going to focus on given the x-intercept, which is A, or the symbol for x-intercept is A, and y-intercept, which is your B. So solving for the equation of the line given the intercepts A and B. So how shall we solve for the equation of the line given the x and y intercepts? Let us try to consider this. Find the standard form of the line. So number one, you're given A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. Or this A here is our x-intercept, which is 2, and B is our y-intercept, which is 3. By the way, it says in the direction is standard form. So if we may recall, the standard form of the equation of the line is ax plus by equals c. So that is the standard form. So we are going to write our answer on that particular form. So since the given are the intercepts, we can make use of the intercept form of your line. And that is x over a plus y over b equals 1. Or that can be simplified as bx plus ay equals the product of a and b. So yun. So mag-substitute lang kayo, na? So b here is the x at the y-intercept, which is now 3, and a here is the x-intercept, which is 2. Then it is equal to the product of a and b. So napaka-dali. So by substitution, what is our b? B is 3. So we have 3x plus, what is our a? 2. So that is 2y equals, what is our a? 2. What is our b? 3. Multiply this. 2 times 3. That gives us 6. So therefore, the final answer is simply equal to 3x plus 2y equals 6. So the equation of the line in standard form having the x and y intercept of 2 and 3 respectively is 3x plus 2y equals 6. So it's very easy. We can just make use of this form. That is bx plus ay equals ab. So number 2, x-intercept negative 3, y-intercept negative 5. Using this form, that is bx plus ay equals ab. So what is our b? b is negative 5. So we have negative 5x. What is our a? Negative 3. So that is negative 3y equals, multiply negative 3 times negative 5, we get positive 15 or simply 15. Again, our leading term or first term should always be in positive sign. So making this positive, we will simply multiply all the terms by the negative sign. So negative times negative 5x, we have 5x. This is positive 3y then we have negative 15. Okay, so that's now the final answer. So the equation of the line having the x-intercept of negative 3 and y-intercept of negative 5 is equal to 5x plus 3y equals negative 15. Okay, so hope you can follow. Yeah? So continue. For number 3, x-intercept is negative 6, y-intercept is negative 2. So using the form bx plus ay equals ab, so we'll have bx plus ay equals ab. Substituting the values of b and a, so our b is 2, so we have 2x. Our a is negative 6, so negative 6y equals, multiply, negative 6 times 2, we have negative 12. Okay? So here, you are given 2x minus 6y equals negative 12. This equation can be simplified. Why? Because there is a common factor to all the terms or among the terms. So, what is common to 2x, negative 6y, and negative 12? That is 2. So, divide this common factor to all the terms, then we may obtain, so 2x divided by 2, 2. This is our GCF. Yun. 2x divided by 2, we have x. Then negative 6y divided by 2, negative 3y equals negative 12 divided by 2, that is negative 6. So the final answer should be x minus 3y equals negative 6. So you have to simplify also your answer. Yeah? So the equation of the line in standard form with x-intercept, that is negative 6, and y-intercept 2 is equal to x minus 3y equals negative 6. Okay, number 4. So again, we are going to make use of your bx plus ay equals ab. So what is our b? b is negative 2. So we have negative 2x. What is our a? 3. So positive 3y. Then multiply this. 3 times negative 2. That is negative 6. Again, since the leading term is in negative sign, then we are going to multiply all the terms by negative. So negative times negative 2x, positive 2x, this is negative 3y, and this is positive 6, or simply 6. So therefore, the equation of the line with intercepts 3 and negative 2 is 2x minus 3y equals 6. Okay guys, let us try to continue. So still on solving for the equation of the line given the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So this time, we will also consider fractions as the values for the x-intercept and the y-intercept, or our a and b. Okay, so still find the standard form of the line. That is ax plus by equals c. Given that x-intercept is 2/5 and y-intercept is 3. So how shall we solve this one? So again, we have to make use of the intercept form. So that is bx plus ay equals ab. So, of course, same process, na? Walang problema. Parehas yung process, parehas yung step. Ang pagkakaiba lang dyan is you consider or you manipulate fractions instead of integers. Okay, so substituting the value of b is 3. So we have 3x plus our a is 2/5, so that is 2y over 5 equals, so we have a is 2 over 5 times our b, which is 3. Okay. So, isimplify muna natin yung c. So, we have 3x plus 2y over 5 is equal to 2 times 3, that gives you 6 over 5. Para hindi tayo mag-manipulate ng fraction, mag-multiply tayo ng LCD. Na? So you have this 3x over 1, 2y over 5, and 6 over 5. So our denominators are 5 and 1. What's the LCD? That is simply 5. So multiply natin yung LCD natin. So 5 times 3x, we have 15x. Mauna na tayong mag-divide. So plus 5 divided by 5, 1. Then 1 times 2y, so that is 2y. Then equals 5 divided by 5, that is 1. 1 times 6, that gives us 6. So therefore, the final answer is simply 15x plus 2y equals 6. So that's now the equation of the line in standard form with x-intercept of 2 over 5 and a y-intercept of 3. Okay? Let us try to consider this also. X-intercept is negative 1 over 2 and the y-intercept is 3 over 5. So again, we are going to consider the form bx plus ay equals ab. Okay. So substituting, we have our b is 3 over 5. So we have 3x over 5 plus. Our a is negative 1/2. So since negative, alisin na lang natin yung plus, gawin na natin minus. So we have 1y, so that is y over 2 equals a is negative 1 over 2 times b is 3 over 5. Okay, so simplify muna natin yung c. So that is 3x over 5 minus y over 2 equals negative 1 times 3 is negative 3 over 2 times 5 is 10. Again, you have denominators. So para mawala yung mga denominators natin, mag-multiply tayo ng LCD. So your denominators are 5, 2, and 10. What is the LCD there? Yes, that is 10 is the LCD. So multiply 10 to each of the terms. So mas madaling mag-divide muna, o mas magandang mag-divide muna. 10 divided by 5, that is 2. 2 times 3x will have 6x minus 10 divided by 2, 5. 5 times y will have 5y equals 10 divided by 10, that's 1. 1 times negative 3, that is negative 3. So therefore, the equation of the line in standard form with x-intercept of negative 1/2 and y-intercept of 3/5 is equal to 6x minus 5y equals negative 3. Okay? Again guys, welcome to our channel, and of course, this is Teacher Bong Fontanilla saying, smile is a curved line that sets everything straight. So this time, the focus of our discussion is solving for the equation of the line given 2 points on the line. So you should always remember that the equation of the line can be obtained given 2 points on the line. Also, there are still other instances or considerations wherein we can solve for the equation of the line. So you have there the direction, find the general form of the line, or solve for the equation of the line and write it or express it in general form. So number 1, passing through points 6, negative 1 and 2, 3, or passing through point 1, 6, negative 1 and point 2, 2, 3. Basing from the direction, it says general form. So what is the general form of the equation of the line? The general form is simply equal to ax plus by plus c equals 0. So that is the general form. So dapat yung answer natin must be on that form. Ax plus by plus c equals 0. So how shall we solve for the equation of the line given 2 points? First, we are going to solve for the slope. How do you solve for the slope? So the slope is simply equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So ibig sabihin, this is our y sub 2, this is x sub 2, and this negative 1 is y sub 1, and this 6 is our x sub 1. So mag-substitute lang tayo. Madali lang naman, ha? So yun. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1, so that is simply 3 minus negative 1. So what is 3 minus negative 1? Isulat ko. 3 minus negative 1 over. So you have x sub 2 is 2, x sub 1 is 6, 2 minus 6. So we have 2 minus 6. So the slope is simply equal to 3 minus negative 1 is 3 plus 4, or that's now 4 over 2 minus 6 is negative 4. So therefore, the slope is equal to negative 1. So since we know already the slope, we can now make use of the point-slope form. So point-slope form, that is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So, for your x sub 1 and y sub 1, or for the point, you can make use any of this. So, pwedeng point 2, or yes, the second point, or the first point, which is 6, negative 1. So, tignan nyo na yung mas madali. Yung mas mababa yung values ng mga coordinates, tapos walang negative. So, syempre, mas madali. So, look, itong point 2, meron tayong 2, 3. Kumpara dun sa 6, negative 1. So, mas madali ito kasi mas mabababa yung mga values. Aside from that, wala pa siyang negative. So, ibig sabihin, itong 2, ito na yung x sub 1 mo. Itong 3, ito na yung ngayon, yung y sub 1 mo. And of course, this is slope, and that is your negative 1. So substituting, although you can also make use of your negative 1 as y sub 1 and 6 for your x sub 1. Parehas lang. You will still be getting the same answer. Okay. So we have y minus our y sub 1 is 3. So we have to consider that point. So we have 3 equals, our slope is negative 1 over times the quantity x minus our x sub 1 is 2, or this point. So this is 2. There. So simplifying, we have y minus 3 equals negative 1 times x, negative 1 times negative 2, positive 2. Then we are going to write our answer on that form. So all the terms must be placed on the left side. So we have x plus y minus 3 transpose minus 2 equals 0. So simplifying, for carrying out the operations, x plus y, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5 equals 0. So that's now the final answer. So the equation of the line in general form that passes through 6, negative 1 and 2, 3 is x plus y minus 5 equals 0. Okay? Let us try to consider number 2. What is the equation of the line passing through 2, 3 and negative 2, negative 5? Express the answer in general form. So again, solving for the slope first. So the slope, ayan, ito. There, tapos yan. Subtract. Negative 5 minus 3. So we have negative 5 minus 3 over negative 2 minus 2. So negative 2 minus 2. So that is equal to negative 8 over negative 4. So its slope is simply equal to negative 8 divided by negative 4. That is 2. Okay? So ngayon, we can now make use of the point slope form. What is the point slope form? That is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. So here, m is 2. Then, kunin natin yung value ng y sub 1 tsaka x sub 1 dito. So kahit ano sa kanila. So comparing your 2, 3 at saka negative 2, negative 5, mas maganda ito kasi mabababa at saka walang negative. Although pwede rin yun. You can still or you will still be getting the same answer. So, ang y sub 1 natin is 3 and our x sub 1 natin will be 2. And of course, our m is 2. So, we have y minus y sub 1 is 3 equals m is 2, x minus x sub 1 is 2. So we have y minus 3 equals 2 times x, 2x, 2 times negative 2, negative 4. Okay? So, ilagay lahat dito sa left side. So we have negative 2x, then your positive y, then your negative 3, then transpose positive 4, equals 0. So we have negative 2x plus y, negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1 or plus 1 equals 0. Again, since our leading term is in negative sign, we have to multiply all the terms by negative. So therefore, the final answer is 2x minus y minus 1 equals 0. So that is now the final answer. 2x minus y minus 1 equals 0. So that's now the equation of the line passing through 2, 3, and negative 2, negative 5. So that's how we solve for the equation of the line given 2 points. Also, there are other processes or solutions that we can apply or we can use. That is, actually aside from the point-slope form, meron din tayong 2-point form na tinatawag sa ating different forms of your linear equation. Okay. So, i-discuss din natin, siguro magkaroon tayo ng one example for that. Okay guys, so still on solving for the equation of the line, given 2 points on the line. So, for our previous discussion, we solved for the equation of the line given the 2 points by making use of the point-slope form. That is, solving first for the slope, because we can readily solve for the slope since 2 points are given. Then, solving for the equation of the line. But here, I will also show you the other solution or other way to solve for the equation of the line given 2 points. That is simply making use of the 2-point form of the line. So let us try to consider this number 3. What is the equation of the line in general form passing through point 1, 2, 1 and point 2, 3, 5? So if we may recall, the 2-point form of the line is y minus y sub 1 over x minus x sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So that is, this is the 2-point form of the line. So, ngayon, gagamitin natin ito para ma-obtain yung equation ng line natin passing through 2, 1, and 3, 5. Okay. So, first, basing from point 1, or first point, so this is our x sub 1, and this is our y sub 1. And basing from our second point, 3 is our x sub 2 and 5 is our y sub 2. So mag-substitute lang tayo. Y sub 1, eto, nandiyan dyan, 1. X sub 1, nandiyan dyan, 2. Y sub 2, nandoon, 5. Y sub 1, nandiyan dyan, 1. X sub 2, nandoon, 3. X sub 1, nandiyan dito, 2. So, i-substitute lang natin. So, we have y minus y sub 1. What is y sub 1? There. 1 over x minus, what is x sub 1? 2 equals y sub 2. What is y sub 2? 5 minus y sub 1, that is 1 over x sub 2, 3 minus x sub 1, 2. So simplifying, y minus 1 over x minus 2 equals 5 minus 1 is 4 over 3 minus 2 is 1. Then mag-cross multiply tayo. Na? So yung 4 multiply natin dyan, yung 1 multiply natin dito. So 4 times x, we have 4x. 4 times negative 2, negative 8 equals 1 times y minus 1, that is simply y minus 1. Then since we are going to write it in general form, so we have to place all the terms on the left side of the equation. So we have 4x, then yung y magiging minus y, then we have negative 8, then yung negative 1 magiging plus 1 equals 0. So 4x minus y, negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7 equals 0. So that's now the final answer. So the equation of the line in general form passing through 2, 1, and 3, 5 is equal to 4x minus y minus 7 equals 0. Okay? So dear learners, so yun yung mga considerations kung saan tayo nagsusolve ng equation of the line. So there are 4 situations there. We can solve for the equation of the line given the slope and the y-intercept, given 2 points, given the x and y-intercept, then given a point and a slope. Na? So, ayun. So, kung given ang mga ito, then we can readily solve or obtain the equation of the line. Bahala dun or depende dun sa direction if it is in the slope-intercept form, if it is in the general form, or in the standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Okay? So, thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. Please, yung mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, mag-subscribe na for more learnings and video lessons to come. Thank you. God bless.